filmfestivalcircuit.com and the director of the Oregon Documentary Film Festival. We have an event coming up very soon, tomorrow, the Clinton Street Theater on August the 21st. We're happy to be back at Clinton Street, close to downtown Portland, in the nice artsy district, a great place to watch movies. We are showing a whole lineup at the Oregon Documentary Summer 2022 Film Festival, including a film called Wolf Watchers, which has been nominated for the Best Editing Award. And I'm here with the two directors, Olivia Belluck and Claire Barber. Hi, Olivia and Claire. How you doing?
Doing good. Hi.
Yeah, hey. All good here.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sending us such a great film. The judges had very, very high praise. Every single judge mentioned editing. Like, oh my God, how much footage did they get to make this? Like, so much respect for the work that you put in, the story you told. And I'm sure that there's plenty on the cutting room floor. But you both obviously have a keen eye for what works on camera, and telling a story with pictures is talent. And the judges recognize that, and they recognize the hard work that you put into this. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So I'm going to ask, tomorrow, what are people going to see in the theater? Can someone give me the synopsis so I don't ruin it? Olivia, Claire, which one of you is going to give me the synopsis?
All right. Yeah.
You want to go?
You go for it.
So I think that the best way to describe this film is like learning how to love something through the eyes of a quirky group of people who love it and love it hard. This is a really great example of how people become obsessed with something super niche, and kind of the hope from the get-go has been to get other people just as obsessed with this issue, which is full of passion and politics. And it's very relevant today because it has to deal with environmentalism and conservation, but it's also something not a lot of people think of when they think of politics in the United States, and that's wolf politics and conservation politics.
Yeah. Well, you kind of went into my next question, which is not only the synopsis of it and what it's about, but your motivation. You took this up personally. We can start with you, Claire, on this. You took up this film, this undertaking, and it seems like it's real personal, like obviously a passion project. Can you tell us what was your motivation for working on this?
Yeah, of course. So this has been a passion project for Olivia since she was very young, and she'll speak more on that. And we met in a documentary class in school, and Olivia kind of brought this topic up maybe a year or two later, and we decided to team up on it. But I'm an environmental studies major in school and also journalism film minor. So combining environmental communications and film is like really important to me, and especially centering how humans interact with the environment. So as soon as Olivia started talking about wolf politics and these wolf watchers in Yellowstone, I was immediately really enthralled because it's a super unique community, and that's something that I like to highlight in my work. Mm-hmm. And Olivia pulled me right into it, and really happy I got to spend time in Yellowstone with these people. Hopefully we'll return there at some point, but Olivia can definitely elaborate a little bit more on her motivation there and what got her wolf watching.
It's a long story. It all kind of started in the third grade when I did a project on wolves, just to kind of learn about wolves in North America. And I picked wolves because my Hebrew name actually means wolf, so it's a very random connection. And when you start learning about wolves, the first thing you kind of realize is how beautiful and intelligent and complex they are, and how almost human-like they are. And then immediately after, you learn about how, polarizing they are, especially in the United States, in terms of like the political climate around them. So then I started going wolf watching in Yellowstone with my dad when I was in middle school. And that's how we kind of, learned about these people, the wolf watchers, who spend every single day dedicated to watching these wolves. I mean, it can be -40 degrees out in Yellowstone, wind and snow in their eyes, and they'll be out there. And I just think that that dedication is so powerful and amazing and rare to find. And it's especially important now when we need to be dedicated to, you know, protecting animals, protecting the environment. So it's just, you fall in love with these people and their, you know, passion, and then you fall in love with the wolves because they're in love with the wolves. So, you know, who doesn't want to see a story about that?
Awesome. Well, it definitely comes through on camera, your passion for it. I got to ask the two of you, we'll start with you, Claire. What did you learn from this production, good or bad? Did you get anything from this?
Oh my gosh, so much. I mean, first off, just living in a small community and being so welcomed by that community was so impactful. I guess learning to be patient as well. We arrived, and I think we had 4 days of just like a blizzard, and we were sitting in our cabin alone. We didn't really know many people in the town. We had a couple contacts, but of course, everyone was, you know, snowed in. No one was going out into town. We were freaking out a little bit because we had like 2.5, 3 weeks there, and we're like, oh my gosh, are we gonna get footage? Is there a story even here? So I guess learning patience, because it's really funny to go back on some of our like earlier days in the park, because we honestly like switched a little bit, like our direction a little bit with shooting. We're like, oh, maybe we'll have to go in this completely other direction and make like a documentary about the town because we're stuck in town. And so I guess patience, but also just learned how to better just like interact in a small community, how to be respectful and just like open and communicative in like such a small close space. Just talking with locals in the coffee shop, you know, sparking up those conversations was so much fun. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I felt like there was a lot to learn when you're living in small Montana town when it's freezing outside. So yeah.
What about you, Olivia?
Oh, building off that, definitely like flexibility. Again, there was a point where we were like, oh God, like, are we going to get any wolf footage? Are we going to like break into the wolf watcher community in the way that we want? So we were like, oh God, we started just like going around the town of Gardner that we were staying in and like shooting random things and being like, well, maybe we can make it about like tourism and like ecotourism. We don't know. And then the blizzard kind of cleared and we were like, okay, let's go out again. And everyone was so welcoming, and we ended up, you know, taking it in the similar direction. And I think the other thing that really came across in the editing room was how to like condense a story, because there were really like, I think like 3 different ways we were kind of discussing, you know, taking the direction of the film. So we learned how to kind of just be like, okay, this is great, but this is better, and this is the direction we're going into. So definitely that was a big, you know, learning curve, but I'm very glad that we got to experience that.
Good. And what is it you're working on in the future? We can start with you again, Claire. What's after this?
Oh my gosh. Well, so I'm still in school. I graduate in December, and yeah, I mean, moving forward with Olivia and kind of continuing on the festival circuit with this film, and then continuing telling stories about conservation in the West and just broadly environmental storytelling, freelancing a bit there, but hopefully continuing some storytelling in Montana and perhaps around the wolf watching community. We'll see. Olivia and I have kind of discussed what the future might hold, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah.
All right. Good stuff, Olivia.
Yeah. So I just graduated college, and I'm heading to Boston to get my master's in TV production and writing, which is exciting, but more school, but I'm very excited. And then I think in terms of the future of the film, I mean, I know Claire and I would love to continue working on it. Like I said, we have all these different, you know, the film we are showing at the festival just scratches the surface of all of the different factors of this issue and this community. So I think, you know, given the chance, we would love to continue working on it and really expanding the world of the Wolf Watchers.
All right. Exciting times. Exciting times. Well, before we go, is there anything that either of you wanted to add before we leave?
Yeah, just a huge thank you to the Oregon Documentary Film Festival and to the judges for nominating us. We spent so much time in the editing room, so to be nominated for best editing it's really validating. So thank you so much for this opportunity. It's such an honor.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
And just a big thank you. We've put it in our credits, but to our families and to our mentors, Travis Rummel and Daniel Wright. They were a huge help in this whole process. And again, we hope everyone at the festival enjoys the film. And a big thanks for everyone just engaging and watching.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today. Again, we're looking forward to screening it. The judges are very excited, and people are really going to get a treat. I don't think there's a documentary that's like yours in the festival, so it's just refreshing to see, just all your creativity and everything that you captured. So great job on this, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Take it easy.
Thank you.